Now, Cordes Junction may seem like just an intersection in the middle of nowhere that is known as the pathway to the Grand Canyon and other tourist destinations. But join me as we head down the road and check out a few gems in Cordes Junction.
The RV park is part of a larger complex, which includes the 50s diner, backseat bar, and motel property. There are currently 22 sites available and 24 more large rig sites and RV storage under development. The 50s themed diner is really cool. Friendly staff and tasty lunch fare, along with 45 records on the wall and even a jukebox, make that frosty milkshake even more fun. The 50s diner is actually only about 30 minutes from our Prescott Valley home, and it's one of our favorite lunch stops. The attached backseat bar offers plenty of evening entertainment as well. Now let's catch up with Lance and Bill over at the High Desert Heritage Museum in Cordes Junction.
When we have events at Arco, we get increases here because Arcosanti is also a performing arts center. And then over here, the jellies and salsas and sauces are residents of Arcosanti are the ones that make. And then a really fun thing here is the local rockhound group.
Yeah.
They came in and said, we'll find rocks and give them to you and you sell them to build the museum. And if a visitor arrives, we want to go to Tuzigood to see the ruins, we want to go to Jerome, we want to go to Sedona. We can talk with them. We've got some maps we made ourselves so they can plan their day out.
Lance shows us the map of Arcosanti, our next destination. Arcosanti is a world-famous experimental microcity and performance center, and is the highlight destination in Cordes Junction.
At the second story of this building are the dormitories for the workshoppers.
Be sure to visit the High Desert Heritage Museum in Cordes Junction,
and they will steer you in the right direction.
And now, on to the highlight of our visit to Cordes Junction. Less than 2 miles from the RV Park and Visitor Center is Arcosanti. We'll learn more from someone who personally knew this visionary artist, Paolo Soleri.
Thank you so much for giving us a tour of Arcosanti.
Well, welcome. We're so happy that you're here today. This is our gallery, visitor center, and this is where visitors start when they come for day visits here, and also to pick up their keys for overnight guest stays.
Oh.
I've been able to be here for almost 49 years. I came in 1970 when there was nothing here, not even the road that you may have bounced on a little bit.
Very slowly with the RV.
The whole place is pedestrian. They're not automobiles linking everything, and it gives you this connection to the natural environment. That's the whole point of the place.
Paolo Soleri. What was he like?
Well, he was brilliant. He was a genius. He also had a very shy side. He also had a very arrogant side. A lot of artists are like that. Artists have to have a lot of self-confidence. And the idea of making dense, compact, three-dimensional urban form so that you could shrink the footprint of the built environment, have everyone living apartment style. But what that does is allow a shared access, and both visual and actual, to the natural landscape surrounding the built environment. And he was able to attract so many students that are still coming to try to help make an actual physical walkthrough demonstration, which is what we have here. And it's just a fraction of what we'd like to build. And actually what we like to build is still evolving, but we know we want to make a place where 1,500 to 5,000 people can live in that dense, compact, three-dimensional way. I was a real believer in getting your hands dirty. Even if it's just learning how to shovel dirt. You would be surprised how many young people come here who they haven't had that experience. And Paolo was a very grounded person. That's how he happened to make these bells, because he had to do things with his hands and be creative with his hands. So making both the ceramic and the bronze bells was a way not only to support his nonprofit educational foundation, which owns and promotes this whole project, but also a way for him to have his hands, in getting dirty every day. He was a real believer in what he called, in Latin, homo faber, man the maker.
Aquacam toss-ins. So fast and easy to use, it could seem like a game. Someone once said, the camping doesn't really start until the RV awning comes out. Whoever said that really knew what they were talking about. Carefree of Colorado, celebrating 45 years of RV awning innovation. For more information, visit our website at carefreeofcolorado.com.
Meet Helen, organizer of the Carpetbag Brigade, who performs at Arcosanti with her team.
So the Carpetbag Brigade is a physical theatre company, and what we do is we hold an event called Global Stilt Congress, where we bring in stilters from around the world, and we Arcosanti for 2 weeks. And we do a 2-week workshop where we're exchanging vocabulary, and at the end of the 2 weeks we host a performance, which is when the public is allowed to come and witness what we've done for the 2 weeks, and we have a site-specific performance, so we roam the whole of Arcosanti, so everything that you've seen here today is brought to life through theatre.
Later, we were invited into the archives to learn how artist Paolo Soleri brought his visions to life.
He would use 3-4 foot butcher paper, very thin, crappy paper. Oh, not very good paper. But he would do 100 feet, and he'd roll it up and unroll it. He'd keep the same scale. He'd be drawing about the same topic. And he would draw with a pen. He wouldn't erase. He was
Incredible.
Really
Incredible.
gifted.
Although there are several places to stay in the area in your RV, Elena tells us about their newest offering at Arcosanti.
So the Sky Suite sits on the 3rd floor of our East Crescent. It has about 180 views of the landscape, and so this is definitely one of the best points to be able to look out at the beautiful natural high desert landscape. Yes, so we have 2 bedrooms. We have a kitchenette and a full bathroom with a shower. This beautiful living area, and then it has a terrace on the outside. We started using Airbnb about 3 years ago. It's been an amazing platform for us to bring in other visitors that maybe would not have heard of Arcosanti. Airbnb's, an international platform, and it's been really, really lovely. We have probably about 50% of our guests come onto the site because of the advertising.
So people just look up Arizona and they're going to see your apartment here and say, wow, this looks like a really neat area. And really, Arcosanti is very unusual, very back to nature, very communal, very culturally active.
Definitely. And being an overnight guest is one of the best ways to experience that culture and community. You, as an overnight guest, get to kind of have a bit more freedom of how you explore the site versus if you're just doing a guided tour. You just have that 1 hour, but if you come for a night, I definitely recommend to be able to get a full experience. We do have one other Airbnb that's the studio, and that one is an ADA rated room.
Perfect.
So it's on the main level of the site. It has a parking spot that you drive right up to, and you're right outside the door. So we do have accessibility.
Wonderful.
But we have overnight accommodations to fit any price point, including campers and RVers.
And RVers, that's right. You can park your RV in the parking lot, dry camping, no hookups, but dry camping and just enjoy the area as well.
Yes, also for events, that's also an option. People can park their RVs for a very small fee.
You can find out more about the apartment at Airbnb.
Yes, just search Arcosanti, Arizona, or you can go to our website, which is arcosanti.org.